Allow me with great sadness to contribute to the statement that has been sought by Senator Methu regarding the death once again of a young Kenyan in police custody, that of Simon Warui. Honorable Speaker, you know, people say all sorts of things when I bring up these matters. A few months ago, after the incident that involved Albert Ojwang, that was in June, I expressed great frustration that even after the famous MOU that was done between my political entity and the ruling UDA party, we continued to have people dying in custody. People argue with me about the philosophy of that MOU, and yet it is now public knowledge that I'm the one who wrote that MOU. In fact, Honorable Speaker, I have compared it to someone who meets Chinua Achebe and then starts arguing with Chinua Achebe about the contents of his most famous book, Things Fall Apart. You can't argue with me about the contents of that MOU. It is heartbreaking, Honorable Speaker. The philosophy behind that MOU was we put a stop to certain things so that we can allow the country to heal. It breaks my heart immensely, Honorable Speaker, that Kenyans continue to die in the hands of people who are supposed to protect them. Honorable Speaker, if you did a cursory search of the period between January of 2025 and September of 2025, you will find that an average or a total of 23 young Kenyans have died in police custody or suspicious circumstances directly linked to police detention. This incident of Albert Ojwang, everybody remembers it, in June. Boniface Kariuki, the street vendor who was shot on live TV here. In September, that's 1 month ago or last month, Simon Warui, which is the subject of his statement, in Mombasa, Honorable Speaker. There was Alan Kamau Kimani in Migori in police custody, and Simon Ouma at the GK prison in Kitale. Honorable Speaker, we must continue to condemn this. Some of the critics have asked me that I give time for the implementation, or the full implementation of the MOU. Honorable Speaker, my position is, if you request for time, give everybody that time. Let all of us be alive to see the efforts you're putting in to implement that MOU. But for as long as people continue to die in police custody, we will not keep quiet, Honorable Speaker. This is a matter, once again, we will send thoughts and prayers, we will condemn the police, but there is no assurance. There is no assurance that we will not be back here, Honorable Speaker, speaking about another young life lost. And that is the most tragic circumstances of our day. Lastly, Honorable Speaker, on the statements that have been sought by the senator from Busia, I was wondering whether it would not have been more prudent for him to wait for us next week when we're on the ground. And instead of asking those questions, he just says, Sifuna, because people just think we talk, I want you to walk across to this cassava processing plant and see for yourself, or we walk into the stadium. Because as I've said, this Senate Mashinani is one of the most innovative programs by this House. It is unfortunate that last year we were unable to do it, but I'm proud and happy that we were able to do it this year, to sit with the people. And as the majority leader has encouraged members of this House, please interact with the people of Western Kenya, the people of Busia. The reports we got, Honorable Speaker, from Turkana is that senators were very scarce, that the public didn't get to see them. So, Senator Maanzo, please, don't just leave the assembly chamber and rush to your room. Please, interact with the people at the bus park there. They are looking forward to seeing you and the other senators from this House. But, Honorable Speaker, I want to commend the team that has planned for that. It is very, very important that we go and see for ourselves what devolution is doing and what we can do to make it work even better in our grassroots. I thank you.
Senator Fernandez.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to express my profound, deepest condolences to the family of Mr. Simon Warui. When I saw the spouse speaking to media, it was heartbreaking. Mr. Speaker, it has to be noted these are not statistics. These are human lives. And I join colleagues in condemning this heinous murder against innocent young Kenyans. Mr. Speaker, as a regular guest of the state on several occasions and across a number of police stations in this country, far from Bungoma, where Senator Sifuna comes from, when he goes to Bungoma police station, he'll find my name prominently there. is that I thought police stations should be safe. But it looks like if you want to die faster, among 10,000 ways on how to die, you'll be arrested to a police station. Mr. Speaker, that for some of us, I don't know my future, but I have a feeling I might be arrested. Then I'm very worried, Mr. Speaker. I'm very worried. I'm losing sleepless night. And remember, after my nomination in April 2022, I was arrested naked in my own home in Mosori at Nandi County. And I was driven for 6 hours through valleys, through forests. Mr. Speaker, this is worry. This is worrying, Mr. Speaker. We should condemn, Mr. Speaker. And I hope the OCS, the OCPD, the county commander and county security team in Mombasa must have resigned or administrative action has been taken. Mr. Speaker, even in Kimwani, as I speak today, and this issue of extrajudicial killings, Mr. Speaker, it has to go on record that when I was the former chair of DIG Lagat in this house, before I was de-whipped then and Senator Faki is my witness, we had begun hearings and a report on extrajudicial killing and enforced disappearances, and we did visit Mombasa, Kilifi, and many other areas, including here in Nairobi. What became of that report? And I want to challenge the committee of DIG Lagat to seize the matter and progress so that we know what is the extent of these extrajudicial killings, the enforced disappearances, Mr. Speaker. I remember when we went to Kilifi, I was shocked. I thought it was a women's meeting, but only to be told those were widows of many young men and young husbands that they had been killed, Mr. Speaker. This issue is becoming a cancer in this country. We must confront. We need a bipartisan approach. It is no longer, no one is safe. And I want to agree with Senator Sifuna. When they came for Jewish, I did not speak. When they came for the communist, I did not speak. When they come for me, no one will speak for me. And that is where we are headed for. We must confront this monster, Mr. Speaker. And we need, Mr. Speaker, finally, we need in all police stations to install CCTV cameras so that it is easy for people to be prosecuted to retrieve, Mr. Speaker, CCTV cameras. We need police to wear body cameras that record the arrests and incidences, Mr. Speaker. Number 3, we need to digitize police records and occurrence book, OB, so that when you are here, we can get your OB number and know and access the records across the country, and it is easy to follow up, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, as I speak, and police also must be fair. Mr. Speaker, I know we are doing recruitment of 10,000 new police officers. I hope the police training manual will improve, because as I talk today, Mr. Speaker, in Kimwani, in Nandi County, it has been done into Gaza. It is a military zone. There are over 5 lorries of JSU that are harassing my people, Mr. Speaker. For what reason? They are just demanding their rights to access to their forefathers' land. That's the only mistake. Kimwani is not Kerio Valley. Kimwani is not Mandera. It's not where insecurity is, Mr. Speaker. But there are 4 lorries that have been stationed that are harassing women, raping women, Mr. Speaker, harassing young men, subjecting them to inhuman. Mr. Speaker, you know the UN Charter has banned the inhumane torture. They have been harassed in Kimwani simply for speaking against for their rights, Mr. Speaker. It is very unfortunate. So I hope the matter of Simon Warui and many others, including Albert Ojwang, this matter should be addressed. Let the necessary action should be taken, Mr. Speaker. Finally, on Kyoto, I want to say this issue of Naivasha must be dealt with. The 3,000 families that their homes have been submerged, Mr. Speaker. I hope the county government of Nakuru and the national government, because, Mr. Speaker, you have been a governor, the issue of disaster is a concurrent function. So we need both the county government of Nakuru and the national government to come together, Mr. Speaker, so that we can ensure finally on the issue of, as Senator Sifuna said, on projects, Mr. Speaker, I hope that matter can come County Public Accounts Committee so that we can go and see those projects, Mr. Speaker, and we'll be ready to interact with Wananchi. I hope Senator Roba, the party leader, will not be busy, but he can open his political office of UDM somewhere in Busia, and it will be very interesting, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, with those many remarks, I support statements by colleagues.
Senator Manzo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to support the statement by Senator Methu. Mr. Speaker, just a few days after the incident in Central Police Station, then we get a similar incident in Mombasa. And I'm sure, Mr. Speaker, the unreported instances are even many from different parts of the country. Mr. Speaker, we had a recent case. Just a week ago, we buried a young man in Makueni who, after watching football 3 weeks ago, in a place where there were a few shouts of politics, he disappeared. 2 days, called his brother, Mr. Speaker, and said he was in a dark place, he was beaten, he has been arrested. And then he was not seen again. So after searching, Mr. Speaker, through the city morgues and the hospitals and police station, he was found at the city mortuary. And the report there it was that he was involved in a motor accident. But he had called the brother and said he had been arrested, Mr. Speaker. You would imagine kidnappings and disappearances are still going on, Mr. Speaker, despite the efforts to compensate those who've been killed and kidnapped being done by the government now. I think, Mr. Speaker, this is the last time we should hear of death in custody and also kidnappings and such. Mr. Speaker, how can it be said that he climbed a wall in a cell and died? I mean, Mr. Speaker, you are a lawyer, you know how cells or police stations look like. It's not possible to climb a wall, Mr. Speaker, and to die. So, Mr. Speaker, this matter must be investigated. IPOA should be strengthened. And lastly, Mr. Speaker, on the matter in Kilifi, where a child dies in school from corporal punishment, I really want to support Senator Mazayo on this. Mr. Speaker, whether in TVET or whether in kindergarten schools, or in a normal school, Mr. Speaker, when a parent sends a child to school, the last thing they expect is that child to be killed or brutalized by a teacher hired by the government of Kenya. Mr. Speaker, such incidents have been several. In fact, sometimes the mental capacity of the teacher could be in question, Mr. Speaker. But corporal punishment, which has been banned, and should it happen, there must be other methods of dealing with the children so that we do not have these incidents at all, which are also quite a number in the country. The case in Kilifi is very regretful and must be investigated quickly and just given to this young child. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, and support those two.
Senator Veronica Maina.
Honorable Speaker, thank you for the opportunity. And I want to comment on the statements that have been brought to the House by our colleagues, and specifically the statement on Waroi. It's my hope that this case will be resolved and will be investigated and facts made aware to the public. Honorable Speaker, we right now have too many deaths, and I want to single out deaths that are happening to many women across the whole country, and femicide is continuing unabated, Honorable Speaker. In Kegumo constituency, we have a woman who was murdered brutally, put in a sack, and the sack was given to a taxi, purporting that it was cargo that was being delivered somewhere. And when the taxi guy arrived where he was supposed to deliver the parcel, he did not find the person who was supposed to receive the parcel. And after 2 hours, when he tried to deposit the parcel somewhere and the sack was opened, it was the body of a woman brutally murdered. And you know, a few months ago, there was also a child who was defiled in Maragua constituency, thrown in a well, and now the grandmother, the maternal grandmother who was living with that girl, has also been murdered and thrown into another well, Honorable Speaker. It's become very difficult for families to have to encounter such deaths and such brutal attacks. And I do not even want to mention the case of our friend, lawyer, Bombu Chalo, who was murdered brutally once again. And all those cases need to be resolved, Honorable Speaker. But allow me in 1 minute to comment about the Busia events, Senate Mashinani in Busia. We want to tell the people of Busia County, Senate is coming to Busia, and it will be a robust program. We are involving the community, not just the chamber or the county government. We are coming in, we will speak to your girls, to your boys, we will speak to community leaders, and it will be involving the male and female senators, a program which is robust on Monday, organized by Kewosa, but for the whole Senate. And we are looking forward to very, very robust robust engagements in Busia County. So Busia County, prepare yourselves. If you have issues you have wanted the Senate to know, we are coming, and we look forward to seeing you there. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Senator Faki.
Mheshimiwa Spika, mimi pia ningependa kuongeza kauli yangu juu ya ripoti, juu ya maombi ya taarifa ya Senator Methu kuhusiana na mauaji ya kikatili katika police station zetu. Mheshimiwa Spika, kwanza nijiunge na maseneta wenzangu ambao walichangia maombi haya, na vile vile pia kusema kwamba katika muhula uliokwisha wa Senate tulifanya kamati ile katika kamati ya haki na sheria, tulizunguka karibu kaunti 6 kuchunguza masuala ya mauaji ya kiholela na polisi. Na ripoti ile Mheshimiwa Spika ilikuja ikaletwa katika bunge hili, ikajadiliwa na ikawa ni iwasilishwe kwa inspekta mkuu wa polisi ili kuweza kuitekeleza pamoja na serikali. Lakini Mheshimiwa Spika, ni masikitiko kwamba bado vijana wanakufa mikononi mwa polisi. Bado wananchi wanakufa katika mikono ya polisi. Mheshimiwa Spika, ni jambo la kusikitisha. Zamani tuliona mauaji ya kwa mfano wa Sheikh Abu Drogo, Sheikh Abubakar Makaburi na wengi wengine ambao walipigwa risasi na polisi kiholela. Tuliona kwamba ilikuwa ni mambo ambayo ni ya kupita. Lakini inaonekana kwamba kila serikali inayokuja katika nchi yetu lazima kwanza itoe kafara wananchi wa Kenya kwa kupitia kwa polisi. Mheshimiwa Spika, vile vile kesho kutwa tutakuwa tuko Busia, na moja kati ya zile harakati ambazo hufanya katika Senate Mashinani ni kwamba tunazuru zile taasisi za jela. Kwa mfano tulipokuwa Kilifi, tulipokuwa Kitui, tulizuru gereza la Kilifi na tukaweza kutoa zaidi ya wafungwa 200 ambao walikuwa wamefungwa kwa makosa madogo madogo, ambao walikuwa hawajaweza kulipa bondi. Na baada ya hapo jaji wa mahakama kuu katika eneo la Kitui binafsi alizuru mahakama jela ile, na akabidi watu wengi waweze kutokana na ule mfano ambao tulikuwa tumefanya sisi kama bunge la Senate. Natarajia kwamba kamati ya sheria na haki tutakapokuwa Busia tutapata fursa pia ya kuzuru gereza la Busia ili kuona kwamba wananchi wale wafungwa ambao wako katika gereza lile wanapata haki zao kikamilifu. Asante Mheshimiwa Spika kwa kunipa fursa hii.
Senator Okenyuri.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I also wish to support the statement by Senator Methu on the demise of Warui in a police cell. Mr. Speaker, this is not a new phenomenon. For the past few months, we were very emotional here when we were discussing the issue of the late Albert Ojwang. Now we have Warui, and 2 days ago, we have a young man also who died under police custody in Hispania. So I feel like the youth are under attack and targeted because we cannot be losing young people in such circumstances. And what IPOA just does is issue a statement to cool off social media, and then the case goes silent, Mr. Speaker. IPOA is the weakest link in this matter because apart from updating the general public on statements, do we have reports of cases which have been pursued and the public fed with that information? It just happens the moment emotions are high, they issue very quick statement to cool off temperatures, and then it goes silent. Mr. Speaker, we cannot watch when young people who are the future of this country continue to be murdered and killed, whereas these are the people we are looking up to raise families, to be leaders, to fend for themselves, but unfortunately they are dying while we watch and say nothing, Mr. Speaker. So I'm really sorry about what has happened and pass my sincere condolences to the family and wish that these culprits are actually brought to book so that we are not just lamenting, Mr. Speaker. And finally, the statements by Senator Umtata. The Committee on Trade has been in Busia before, and Busia has quite a lot that the Senate can gather knowledge from and also enrich the people of Busia. So these statements come at an opportune time when the Senate will be in Busia, so they are going to give us quite a lot that we benefit from on real time than on other days when we are looking at these issues in this House, Mr. Speaker. So I'm looking forward to also interacting with the people of Busia and also look at the KIPES project, which is one of the biggest among the ones that were rolled out in different counties, so that we see how devolution is changing lives and how people can, support themselves from engaging in value addition that the KIPES project is giving the different counties. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Next order.
Order number 8, the Constitution of Kenya Amendment number 2 Bill, Senate Bills number 16 of 2025, first reading. A bill for an act of parliament to amend the Constitution of Kenya.
Next order.
Order number 9,